Hello and welcome to another episode of the exam update series. In the last episode, we covered the important basic details with respect to EPFO, APFC and EPFO EO and AO. That means the EPFO exam for Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner and the Enforcement Officer, Accounts Officer was also covered. Now, the current episode will focus upon certain other details which are important for you to know: how to apply, the salary of course, the training procedure and previous year's papers. We are not going to completely discuss the previous year's papers because it's 120 question in 3 papers each. That will be very time taking, but I will skip through few questions just to show you how the pattern comes. You can download these papers from the archives of the UPSC website only. From there only I have taken this. Okay, so first of all, how to apply. When the notification will finally come, it will come out in a few couple of weeks maybe. So I will tell you about the notification, that is for sure. So apart from that, you will also have to read the notification carefully. I will ensure that I cover every detail with respect to the notification. Just you have to keep on checking Drishti IAS channel if the notification comes along. And then you have to visit the official website of UPSC where you will apply for this particular examination. Apart from that, one-time registration, which I have already covered in one of my exam update series, do that already, because 70% of the information that you will do in the one-time registration, the process has been definitely given there. I will attach the link for that in the description box. So you will be getting a lot more time to cover your syllabus and not just filling out the application. Do that beforehand. Okay, so that is for every exam of UPSC. Then apart from that, let's talk about the salary of EPFO officers. Now, EPFO Enforcement Officer or Accounts Officer is a Group B non-ministerial gazetted officer. So the pay matrix level is of level 8. That means at the entry level, the officer will get 47,600 rupees and pre-revised pay band of 2. That is, the pay band will be 9,300 to 34,800. This is the pay band. Grade pay is 4,800. Apart from that, many other perks will be also given, and then total enhanced salary will be made. And if we talk about APFC, then pay matrix level is of level 10 and entry level again 47,600, but the pay band here is pay band 3, and that is 15,600 to 39,100. Grade pay is of 5,400. Again, there are many perks and benefits that are related to both Enforcement Officer, Account Officer and APFC. That is transport allowance, DNS allowance that varies from state to state, house rent allowance, city compensation allowance, telephone allowance, washing allowance, medical facility, insurance facility. So your enhanced salary will be made accordingly. Moving ahead, if we talk about the training of APFC, then directly recruited, because there are certain promoted APFCs and directly recruited APFCs. So directly recruited APFCs will have a training of 45 days on the job. So it is on the job training. And the field officers, because Enforcement Officer is a field office. So they will complete the training module provided by head office under the guidance of the regional officers, because they will work under them only. Then APFCs probationers who are in probation, they have to undergo 3 to 6 months of foundation course as well, like you have in LAPSNA for IAS. And then that happens in National Academy for Training and Research in Social Security, New Delhi, and National Academy of Direct Taxes in Nagpur. For Enforcement Officer, it happens in New Delhi only for 2 years, and then they get their particular cadres according to the necessity of the government. They can be sent anywhere. All right. Let's talk about the previous year question papers. I have already told you I'm not going to discuss it with answers, but just the pattern you have to look. This is a paper from 2015 and this belongs to APFC, Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner. Now, this paper happened so, you can say, ages back, 2015, and now it's 2022, 7 years back almost. So let us see what is actually up with this particular paper and what can we expect in this paper. So this basically shows you what is the general pattern. All right. So this is of course of English. As I've already told you, general ability, English will be a major chunk. The following 10 items, 1 to 10, are on English language. Therefore, these items do not have Hindi version. Okay, this will be purely in the language of English. Suppose this is the first question. What is the indication out of the sentence? I gave him a piece of my mind. Okay. So then you have to select what is this particular suggestion indicating towards. It is an appreciation, then warning, greeting, or scolding. Then comes another thing. What is the meaning of the expression blue blood? Polluted industrial wastewater, sap of teak wood, an aristocrat, or a costly object. Again, this is a phrase you have to know about it. He was hoisted by his own petard. We have to understand what does this phrase refer to. Okay, so options will be given like this. So phrase as well as words. Vocabulary should be strong. What is a ballad? What does it refer to? It is a novel, a historical narration, musical comedy. Again, what is plagiarism? So you have to understand the meanings of these words as well. Again, as I told you, first 10 questions. Rivalry between the two clans has become water under the bridge. What does it mean? Again, a phrase, important idiom. Then sentences, we have to ensure the sentences are in correct order. So for that, orderly sentences are also given over here. Meaning of the term didactic. Okay, so these are the English language questions. Moving ahead towards the next set of questions, this is the same thing that has been repeated. Okay, so 9 and 10 like that only. Then comes another important thing. Now here we see world history. We have to put these events in their correct chronological order. First Battle of Panipat, Vietnam War, French Revolution, First Gulf War, World War I. Whoever are preparing for UPSC Civil Services examination very seriously will be easily going to do this question. So that's not a problem. Again, another thing, let's see what's here. A branch of scholarship that flourished in Europe, particularly from the 15th to 18th century, and was devoted to appreciation, chronicling, and classification of historic and non-organic relics, monuments, and old texts. What is this referring to? This is the full-fledged sentence. So you have to tell in the paper, you have to mark the correct answer: archaeology, history, architecture, or antiquarianism. Then again, you see Stridhan, what does it? The sentences are given. So you have to select what is correct with respect to Stridhan. This can be from the legal section as well. So statement based as well as word based, you can see the balance of this question paper. Beautiful. Then consider the statement: the message of peace and brotherhood permeated the address by the chief guest. Here, what does permeate mean? Now, vocabulary, you have to be strong when standalone words will be given. Apart from that, a word could mean something in different sentence and something else in the other sentence. So from the context of the sentence also, you have to answer the question correctly. Moving ahead, arrange the following to form a grammatical correct sentence. Again, grammar over here. Now, moving on to the next set of questions. Current affairs. What is the Know India program? A, B, C, D. Options are given. Current affairs you have to understand. Here also important. Not true of the Western Ghats. Geography. Ayodhya is located at the bank of which river? Geography. And Ayodhya is in the news. Khilafat Committee accepted Mahatma Gandhi's suggestion for a non-violent, non-cooperation protest against the government in its meeting act. Purely factual question. Fact has been, I don't know if many of you know this, but fact has been excruciated. Place is also important. So these are the sort of question. Economics, special economic zone are developed too. Options are given. Here you see maths. Maths has also been asked. Then I have already discussed this. Moving ahead to the next set of questions. So you see history has already been, we have seen history. We have seen current affairs, maths, English, and economics. Again, which of the following statements reflect the distinctive feature about 6th century BCE Ganas or Sanghas? Statements have been given. You have to select the correct statement, much like UPSC Civil Services examination. And again, balance, look at the balance. Ancient India plus statement. Word-based question, statement-based. Then here it is. Which of the following are the typical difference between private insurance program and social insurance program? So important facts have been given and non-fact as well. You have to select the correct answer here. So you see that was from ancient India and this is from economics or social security in India. Then unbalanced growth is hypothesized when? Options have been given. This belongs to economics. What is the chronological sequence of following developments? Decline in the export of India cotton, cotton boom in India, civil war in America. So this is modern history, Indian and world. Again, National Telecom Policy 2012 belongs to the section of economics and science and technology. Important provisions of the bill have been given, and you see we have to select the correct answer. Balance, look at the balance of this paper. Similarly, you have to prepare for UPSC civil services as well, but here facts are also focused upon a lot. Apart from that, which of the following is one of the Millennium Development Goals fixed by the UNO? Statements have been given. Correct one you have to see. So, International Organization Goals. Apart from that, what is apartheid? Important historical terms. This has also been asked. Then carbon footprint belongs to environment and ecology. I'm sure if you're reading environment, you are going to you will be answering this question correctly. Expansionary monetary policy. How does an expansionary monetary policy affect the rate of interest and level of income? Options have been given and you have to select the correct answer. Now again, economics. Amongst the following, who is the latest recipient of the Bharat Ratna Award? Options have been given. Awards given in India or awards received from foreign institution by Indians or awards given by India to foreign persons or institutions are also important. Read about them. Current affairs. Then Green Revolution in India was expeditiously feasible in the zones of economics as well as geography. Moving ahead, let us talk about the next set of few questions. Problem of rupee was written by whom? Options have been given. Modern history. Specifically, we talk about the portion which deals with important personalities of history. Then here comes geography. What is the correct sequence of tributaries of river Ganga from west to east? If you're preparing with the help of maps and you're watching the series News on Map, then you will be able to do this answer, do this question. Constitution of India. Under the Constitution of India, which of the following statements are correct? Statements have been given. Constitution of India, that means GS paper 1. So again, similar. Maths question is over here. When the government ownership in public sector undertaking is diluted, it is called what? So right now the economy is much in the news with respect to disinvestment, recapitalization policies. This question is buzzing back in the 2015 as well. So you see economics. Right to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009. Important acts with respect to polity. Maths again. Moving ahead. Just keep on looking at the pattern. Don't think about, I don't know this, I don't know that. Don't get demoralized. Just look at the pattern. If the Prime Minister of India is a member of the Rajya Sabha, then what he can or what he will not be able to do. So here again polity. Then beside resistance to pests, what are the other prospects for which plants have been genetically engineered? Belongs to the agricultural section of geography and economics. So you see how balanced this particular paper is. Which of the following form the basic premise for developing the Indian Constitution? That means from where we have gotten our provisions from, the majority part of it. These are the various options. Government of India Act 1935, US Constitution, British Constitution, or UN Charter. Polity, I am sure you will be able to do this answer if you have read polity. Malimat committee looked at the ways to reform important committees and their recommendations, remember. Then here we have another important set of questions. So these, I hope you are able to grasp the pattern. Which of the following statement best describe the content of the theory of distribution? Economics. Whenever countries set up a free trade area, they abolish all restrictions on trade among themselves, and the options are given with respect to economics. This is important. Demand for a factor of production is said to be derived demand because why? The statements are given, options you have to select. So it is more or less same as the UPSC CSE. That is why people who are preparing for the CSE also go for EPFO, but vacancies, the exams are conducted at such a great period of lag that people tend to miss out this opportunity. Then Foreign Investment Promotion Board. With respect to this, statements have been given and you have to select the correct answer. Again, similarly like the UPSC. And These are the pattern. This is the pattern you have to be careful about. Term dear money refers to what? Economics. Parliament can make any law for whole or any part of India for implementing international treaties. So let's see, we have to select the correct answer. Here, polity again. Certain sequence of integers, maths has also been, we have come across like 3 to 4 questions of maths. In the study of pollution, SPM refers to what? Environment and ecology. Rangarajan Committee on Disinvestment of Shares in Public Sector Enterprise suggested that. Suggestions have been given as statements, and here we have to select the correct answer. Again, economics. Which of the following industries were the first to be established during the British rule? Modern India and economics as well. Okay, so this is the entire development of questions that we see from the perspective of UPSC. Which of the following are the roles of the Finance Commission of India? Economics as well as polity. So you see, economics, history, polity, geography has been balanced out in the form of multiple choice questions, as well as in the form multiple choice questions as one worded, and in the form of statements as well. Which of the following statements are correct regarding IMF? IMF is again in the news because of Sri Lanka. So look at these particular statements. Let's see you can solve it or not. Okay. Then this is economics and international organization as well. What was the position held by Dr. S. Radhakrishnan before he became the Vice President? Polity and modern history. Very clearly we can see this. Then next is, there are 20 girls and 30 boys in a class and the respective average marks are found to be 55 and 58. What is the average? Simple math question. Again, there are 4 identically sized and shaped balls. So this is basically belonging to permutation and combination. Moving ahead. Now, consider an industry with the following features: budgeted monthly fixed cost, normal monthly output, standard variable overhead rate, total factory overhead rate, maths. Maths questions are also there in considerable amount. Consider the following programs: important programs and social security. This particular question belongs to. Acid rain is due to environment. DNA fingerprinting is a technique used for the detection of what? So science and technology as well. Spam in a system email is computer, general computer knowledge. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say over here is we have already covered the syllabus in the first episode. Just match it. Match this question paper. Okay. So here again, maths question, cylindrical closed tank contains, okay, this is important that you read maths as well, study maths as well. The famous Giri approach in industrial relation in India espouses the cause of economics, maths. All right. Again, here in FDI inflows, what is correct with respect to FDI? This is current affairs as well as current affairs in economics. All India Radio, about All India Radio, this could be belonging to the important current affairs that must be there in 2015. So this is the APFC paper. Again, in raising an object to a given height by means of an inclined plane as compared with raising the object vertically, there is a reduction in. Options are given: physics, that is general science. Then again, next we have maths. So general science is also important over here. Science and technology that you are studying is also important. A sinusoidal transverse wave is traveling on a string. Any point on the string moves in. The options have been given: physics, science and technology. The devices that work with computer system as soon as they are connected are described as hot swapping, base swap, plug and play, USB swapping, general computer knowledge. Okay. So these are the kind of questions. They look easy, but of course, if you're able to revise these questions, the information with respect to these questions, you will be easily answering it. LAN, WAN and MAN are computer networks and they are covering different area. Their first alphabet LWM respectively stand for what? Okay. So importantly, science and technology question. We have covered this as well. Consider the following statements for nanotechnology. Nanotechnology has been in the news since 2015, more than that, but in our question paper of UPSC, it has been a favorite. So for that, science and technology. Large Hadron Collider used in CERN project is a particle accelerator located on the border between. This is, of course, science and technology, current affairs and mapping as well. So 3 things. Then we have maths again. Cloud computing technology refers to what? Science and technology. Method of communication in which transmission can take place in both directions? Science and technology. Again, science and technology plus general computer knowledge. Computer knowledge is also important. SMPS is the acronym for general computer knowledge. Okay. Which of the following instrument is providing social security in India? Social security, that is an integral part of the syllabus. So from that as well this is an easy question. I hope you'll solve it. USB is an acronym for what? Computer. This is maths. Okay. Again, maths. The Maternity Benefit Act of 1961, important acts that must be there in the current affairs, has been asked over here. Similarly, for the current examination, you have to be aware of the current affairs. Here, population question has been asked. So this is also important that you know data with respect to population. So one question is there, but why to take any sort of risk? In writing all the integers from 1 to 300, maths question has been asked over here. Then important schemes, maths again, and we have reached our 100th question. So I hope until here you understand that what is important to be studied. Then 20 questions are more there, but let's talk about our AO paper, EPFO Enforcement Officer paper. Again, here you see this paper will be divided into part A and part B. Part A will be dedicated to general English again. So it's time you went out and dash your own living. You have to fill in the blanks. English question, grammar. Then the elephant fell into a dash the hunter's hat set. So simple English question. Dress isn't really tight, it'll dash when you're worn it. Simple question with respect to English language. Antonyms have been asked. So questions with respect to antonyms will be asked. Antonym, synonym, please strengthen if you are weak in that. Soldier was greatly praised for his valor. What does valor's synonym, not synonym, antonym. Antonym you have to choose. Again, these regions are very fertile. We have to choose the antonym for fertile. Okay. This is the question paper of 2020. Before that, it was held in 2016. So 2016 is also there. But let's discuss 2020. 2016 is the same thing. I mean, it's the same pattern. You can look at the pattern when you download the question paper. Questions were so elementary that anyone could pass the test. I hope this is for you. So elementary, we have to choose the antonym. Now we have synonym. That means similar. Antonym means opposite. Synonym. Today, the newspaper is full of carnage and violence. What does carnage mean? Again, you have to strengthen your vocabulary. This religious gift that makes men human is still alive in Indian souls. Public service is not merely something that occupies the hours you are doing it, but invades all your life and experiences and affect them in one way or the other. So UPSC is trying to send you a message as well through the paper. So this again, importantly, synonym. Spotting errors. Spotting errors is also very important part of your examination, generally competitive examination. So A, B, C and D, you have to spot the error or no error. You have to choose the option D over here if there is no error. Spotting the error is also important here. I have much work to do. If you see an error, put it out, pick it out. No error, then of course D. So these are the kind of questions. Now comes second part, part B. Let us see what is part B filled with. Maths. How many times does the digit 3 appear between 1 and 100 such that the number where 3 appears is not divisible by 3? CSAT plus general studies like that. Okay. Again, here we see maths question. Maths question. Maths question. So here we have important maths question that can be covered from R.S. Agrawal, right? Then again, maths question. Maths is an important part. Then you see a very nice general computer knowledge question over here. Which one of the following memories is extremely fast and acts as a high-speed buffer between CPU and the main memory? Okay, that is your general computer knowledge. Then here comes again computer knowledge. Which one of the following is not a web browser? Okay, again computer knowledge. Which one of the following represents 1 GB of information? Now our favorite, if you have studied history question, modern history. Where did Gandhiji put in his first major public appearance after returning from South Africa in 1915? Factual question from modern history. Who among the following is the author of Gandhi as Mahatma? Important books are also there. So whichever books are about important personalities or written by important personalities should be a staple part of your revision policy. Who among the following was the president of INC at the time of independence of India? Very interesting question. This could be asked in UPSC Civil Services as well, not just EPFO. Again, we see many questions belonging to factual category from modern history. Who produced the Pirpur Report, 1938? Very important fact. If you have to remember, please do note down the fact. Which of the following fact pertaining to the National Green Tribunal is not correct? Polity, National Green Tribunal, or current affairs, both. Which one of the following is the mandate of the Committee on Estimates? Very importantly, we have studied this in our polity segment. Polity questions have been asked in Enforcement Officer paper. This is the Enforcement Officer paper, not the APFC. APFC is only one we have got, 2015, the last one. This is 2020. According to Economic Survey 2020-21, which of the following will be India's real GDP growth in the year 21-22? Options have been given. Economic survey. That means for the upcoming examination, you have to be dealing with economic surveys as well. Which of the following is not a female reproductive organ in humans? So this belongs to general science, biology section. NCERT will suffice. Which one of the following cannot be called amphibian of the plant kingdom? Again, NCERT will suffice over here. Which of the following, this belongs to, of course, biology. Which of the following is the acronym for the word Niti in Niti Aayog? Current affairs, important institutes of India in polity, you can read about it. Which one of the following is not a consequence of deforestation? Environment and ecology. And here we have a question with respect to Namami Gange program. Important programs such as these, you have to know the important information with respect to that. Which one of the following chromosome has a mismatched pair in a normal human male? Science, general science, biology section, NCERT. The word vaccine has been derived from Latin word having meaning. This was so talked about. The word vaccine was a buzzword. Vaccine, immunity, quarantine. So please understand, these words could be asked. So vaccine, very important question. I remember about this question when some of my friends gave this examination, and they were saying that was an amazing question. Which one of the following statements is true with regard to the image formation by two eyes of a person? This belongs to general science, physics, NCERT. Which one of the following substances, when added to water, will not change the pH? Chemistry, general science, NCERT. Which one of the following, on adding to water, will not scatter a beam of light? This belongs to chemistry, NCERT, general science. Again, we have so many general science questions here, right? So general science is a staple part of your syllabus. Very important questions. We have seen these questions occurring, and we have also read about this particular information in our NCERTs, right? So you see, general science questions are occurring a lot. General science, do read about it. Read the NCERTs, very importantly. Then, which one of the following pair of zonal railway and their headquarters is not correctly matched? This you can read in polity segment, okay? Then match list with list 2, list 1 with list 2. Closure, workmen, strike, lockout. What does it mean? So this could belong to your polity, all right? Tri-service contingent of which one of the following countries participated in India's Republic Day Parade in 2021? Pure current affairs, pure. So any such important event which is very, different kind of in nature, these kind of questions from current affairs could come. Which one of the following does not figure in the list of languages in the 8th schedule of Constitution of India? Purely belongs to Constitution, polity part. As a routine exercise, Operation Garam Hawa and Sard Hawa are conducted by what? Important organizations, military organizations of India. Read about it. Who is an adolescent as per the Factories Act of 1948? Important act which have been, such acts so old which have been in the news, specifically from the perspective of polity, you have to know about them. Who among the following was the founder of the Swatantra Party? Polity. Moving up, polity plus modern history, both. More like modern history. Moving ahead. What is a controlled industry? This belongs to your economic section as well as polity. Which one of the following statement is correct? A device driver of output device. General computer. computer knowledge. What is the minimum number of members required for registration of a trade union? This could range from polity to economics. Which one of the following registers is used to keep track of the next instruction to be executed? Computers, right? This belongs to computers, general computer knowledge. Which one of the following was not recommended by Macaulay in 1835's Minute on Education? Modern history plus polity. Okay. Which of the following denotes a sequential electronic circuit? General computer knowledge. Which one of the following does Nirguna Bhakti refer to? Okay, Nirguna Bhakti. This could range from your medieval India to art and culture. Okay, medieval art and culture. What did Ani Akbari seek to promote within the frontiers of the Mughal state? Medieval India, medieval history of India. Which one of the following states will be directly connected with Assam by the proposed bridge between Dhubri and Fulbari over river Brahmaputra? Current affairs, important constructions which are specifically directed towards Northeast and North India because of the frustrations right now we have with China. Important for you to understand. Okay, moving ahead. Here we have a question from environment. Which of the following statement are correct? With respect to all these statements, we have to see the correct answer. And India is a signatory to the Ramsar Convention. The Ramsar Convention is about wetland conservation. At present, there are 76 Ramsar sites in India. So here we have to select the correct or incorrect statement. This belongs to environment and ecology. So I hope you are able to grasp what kind of questions could be asked. Not an objective. Which of the following is not an objective of the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana? Important yojanas which have been launched in the recent times or which have completed like 5 years, 3 years. These are also very important, or 1 year. Okay, so know about them as well. Here, maths questions, certain maths questions we have. Then, in which of the following places was Asia's first export processing zone set up in 1965? In any terms, if India is very unique in Asia, these kind of questions could be asked if export processing zones have been in the news. So current affairs has been, entangled with history. So here, again, we see it's more of the same, but fact-based, it is a lot, less concept-based. Wages paid for installation of machineries debited to which of the following accounts? So as I told you in the earlier segments, there will be certain important preference given to legal degrees or any sort of degrees which need special officers. So from that perspective also it asks question. Okay, what are current liabilities? When are current liabilities payable? Economics question. Again, is the total of debit and credit side of trial balance the same? Accounts question related to accounts. If you have a brief knowledge about accounts, you will be able to do that. Which one of the following is the first book in which the transaction of business unit are recorded? Again, accounts. Accounts, you see. Moving ahead. Who among the following was not part of the group of no changers in the Congress party? Modern history. Important. Who among the following did not represent the militant nationalist school of thought in India? We have our options, and modern history it is. Again, which one of the following statements about the situation in Raiyatwari areas is correct? Modern history. Which among the following is the first player in the history of Test cricket to take 200 wickets against left-handed batsmen? Very rare question in civil service examination, but could come because we saw a sports question in one of our previous years in civil services. But these kind of questions with respect to awards in cricket and important because we had Olympics, we had Commonwealth Games, so games are also important. Do see about that. Games are also important. So this is the pattern. Who among the following speakers of Lok Sabha formally dissociated from the political party after his election as a speaker? Very important question because generally speakers don't do that. So again, important question from the perspective of modern history as well as polity. Then important acts. If any act has been in the news, previous one as well, please do read about the provisions of the act. Then International Institute important days. Important days could also be asked. Okay. Then this question has been the favorite of so many examinations, I can't even count. Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was recently selected as the first woman Director General of WTO. She hails from which of the following countries? because she belonged to an African country, this question has become so important for so many examination. Any sort of this thing happens very unique in nature. Do read about that. Okay. What is the maximum period in which appropriate government shall review and revise the minimum rates of wages under Minimum Wage Act? So these are the provisions. These kind of questions come only when there is a lot of buzz around them. That means if they are in the news, they won't go to some kind of act that has not been in the news at all and ask you a provision from that. So Kaladan multimodal transit transport project, again, current affairs, we have read about it. So these are the kind of questions that you might see coming into your upcoming papers with respect to UPSC, APFC and EPFO. I hope you found this informative break. I hope you found this segment informative. Thank you so much for watching.